Toe start. Favorite way to start my videos. Hey-oh. Day 114. Doesn't feel like a milestone, but I'm still feeling keen. Like a mean machine on day 114. Aye! Feeling more like Jamiroquai than anything, but I'm totally fine with it. Sort of Jamiroquai meets Willie Nelson meets I don't even know what's going on, really. There was a there's a method to my madness, kind of. But we'll get into it. We'll just see why the wonders around me are presented to you as they are. Gosh, I wish I had 2 more rooms. I just need 2 more rooms. There's a lot going on. My doctor thinks maybe there's mold in our house, but I don't think she understands what it would take to like clear out my basement and pull up the carpets and really figure that out. Like, I'm not exaggerating. We're talking 10 men moving stuff around for 3 months to really clear out that basement. And I am rich in that way, although most of those things and baubles and whoozy-doos came to me for free by means of people just being like, this is weird. I'm never going to do anything with this. And me being like, treasure. It's treasure. But speaking of treasures, here I am surrounded by many treasures in my bedroom, the room where I sometimes sleep and sometimes just lay awake freaking out about everything. But I found a couple poems from youth, young teen years, and I know we did the whole deep dive into some of my youth poetry, and I don't think I've read any of these ones I'm about to read to you, but if I have read maybe one of them, then I don't think the other ones I have, or, yeah. There's something you haven't heard in here, certainly. I tried to go back through the old videos of when I was reading the elementary, junior high, high school poetry, and, like, mark which ones. I mean, I really should be keeping better track, but I'm giving you hundreds, literally hundreds of poems. So, let's just take it easy on old Telio for a sec. We're cool. But I found a couple with some thematics that were overlapping. Firstly, my girl Marilyn here. I talk about her a lot. This shrine kind of started evolving in many ways. I love this one. I wish you could see, like, can you even, is that even possible to tell in phone format? I don't know. I don't think so. It's a hologram. Anyway, she moves. Gosh, could I show it to you? Now I'm, like, determined to see if it works. Like, is it happening? I guess not. I guess you have to, like, be... Now is it happening? I don't know. I guess you have to be a human in the room with me as a human to see. With your human eyes, if it's working. I don't think you can see it. But, I got this cardboard cutout for a friend of mine who then moved to New York City, and now she's in LA, and we're just chasing our dreams all the live long day. But when she moved to go to NYU, she gifted me back the Marilyn, and this entire wall here that begins with James Dean and goes Marilyn, 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 Marilyn. This entire wall was once covered in photos of my friends. Just hundreds of them. Sorry, we're going on a wild ride. Wild and crazy kids here. Hundreds. And also this lip bench from Rocky Horror Show. Can and will tip over if I sit on it wrong, so I'm awkwardly trying to balance my weight on one butt cheek. It's really fun. So, a lot of thematic elements of Marilyn's eyes and me trying to be the prize that Marilyn was, and a lot of poems about her. Thematically dug in pretty deep a lot about the Kit Kat clock and time in general, the scary passage of time. So I want to get to my outfit change too, so I have to show you. There's so much show and tell. But thematics were repeating in a few of these, so I had to dig through all my journals again and be like, what was that one? Where was the thing? So I repeat marionettes several times, talk about Marilyn Monroe a lot, Marilyn Monroe marionettes. That's a tongue twister. Marilyn Monroe marionettes. Oh my gosh, if I could find a Marilyn Monroe marionette, pooh! My birthday is coming up, guys. Think about it. And time, and the Kit Kat clock. Is this a sexual thing? Can we make it? It's okay. I just made it up. Let's name it together. It's called the Actualizer. Oh my god. Trying to talk to my mom tonight about polyamory and just, oh man, that conversation did not go well. Anyway, it's your girl, Jamiroquai here. So, yeah, a lot of repeating, and that's cool. I was a young poet, you know? I was just getting my little young poet feet in the grass and learning how to grasp language. And so some of it comes off as simplistic, and I find myself being judgy about myself back then. And I'm like, come on, you were 14. What the hell do you want from yourself? You're gonna be like busting with the crazy linguistics when you're still thinking you're fat and you weigh 90 pounds? Let's be realistic. You weren't being realistic about anything. So how are you supposed to be perfect with your word usage? But a lot of funny memories coming to me with this. So yeah, those were some just repeating things. The marionettes, Marilyn Monroe, time. Also a lot of just depression, sad stuff, self-loathing, what have you. But I busted out the marionettes tonight, and I've talked about them before, and probably there will come a time when I'll try to do more of like a show. My mom was like, oh, are you going to do a show with the marionettes? And it's like, well, not really. I mean, pretty ambitious. I made a whole film today, just in case you're wondering. Made a movie. We were outside the whole time. We stayed distant. We wore masks every second that we weren't on camera, and it was really cool, and I was really proud of it. And, you know, no money exchanged and all that fun stuff that usually is the artist's way. But I had a good time. So, the reason I wore this hat is because of my girl Sally Sue here, and she's always been a little crooked. I'm not sure. A lot of these are twisted, and I've tried really hard to fix them. God, there's a lot of phalanges breaking off too. It's not my fault, I swear. These marionettes are losing phalanges, and I'm really sad about it. She's doing the sex hand signal behind her back. But old Sally Sue here has always been a little bit on the crooked side, and I try really hard to get them back to their like original. It's really hard. Once you get off kilter just a little bit, it's freaking tough. So the braids and the hat and the country shirt came from old Sally Sue, and I'll show you real quick. Okay, there's so much I'm trying to say about these poets in one breath. So that's where the hat came from. We're slowly going to kind of switch outfits here. So this dude obviously was supposed to be like, her home, Billy. Sally Sue and Billy Brown. Billy Bug. Wonder what's up with old Bug Hall. Hear about how he got caught paint huffing? He was always one of my like really weird celebrity crushes where I was just like, I'm just so into Bug Hall. I don't know why. Just into it. I'm worried about him. And then you never hear updates. You hear about celebrity scandals, and then there's like never an update. But I thought I'd show you a little dance spinning from old Billy Bug here. Show 'em how you dance, Billy. Oh, it's how I dance, it's how I dance, with my mustache, I like to dance with my tight-ass jeans. Know what I mean? Do you like my shirt? I like to kick in the dirt. My name is Billy Bug. So, yep, however how do you untwist? It's too hard. Anyway. Old Billy Bug, he's pretty cool. He's got really cool boots on. Just love the detail of his butt, his pants, his jeans. They're very detailed. I really like his shirt. Like he's rocking a really nice shirt. And honestly, like he won the mustache competition in 6 counties. And counting. Yes, I did. Boy, howdy. So, gosh, I wish I could get them all untangled. I'm telling you that it is a lot harder than you think. It's just like this weird mathematics where, whoa, we are shaking and jiving. Things are going crazy here. I'm trying to get the Kit Kat clock in there. Just give me cut me a break. cut me a break. So, yeah, it's just a really strange mathematics that once they kind of start tangling, it gets really hard for some reason, and you would have to be like, come on, with knocking the camera every time. Self, hello, stop doing that. Please stop it. Get your act together, cowgirl. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just like you see the strings, it's like a tangled mess. And if you want to get them exactly the way they're supposed to be, you kind of have to be a genius to like thread the thingy. Okay, now how is this? This is on like here. So they came as like these teams. This guy is in pretty good working order. Hey, I'm a mountain man, I do whatever a mountain man can. I'd eat a beaver, I'd eat a skunk, but I'm really good at dancing funk. Oh yes I am, oh yes I am. I'll shave my beard with a tin can. Yes I am, oh yes I am. I got a feather in my cap and I love to eat spam. Ooh. I have a shirt just like this too, I should have brought it up. Really good fringy shirt. And he's, who knows what's in his satchel? Oh, he's patting it for you. That's my business. But I'll be happy to share my business with you if you come on down by my fire. Look at his sweet moccasin sandals. But so there's a lot that's interesting about these marionettes. Another thing that my mom like attempted to sell when we were in kind of dire straits, having really hard times and going to the food bank and struggling, and I was like, nope, you're not selling the fucking marionettes. No. So this beautiful señorita, she moves pretty good. She definitely dances real well. Look at her hat. Fuck yes. Arriba. Hey, hey, hey. So she's pretty hot. And then of course she came with this guy. And I had names for all of them. I simply cannot remember them. I feel like I named him something like Tree or Forest or Pinon. I can't remember. It was some kind of a plant, but I can't remember. But there's a lot that's interesting about these. We had them in my mom's shop for a while so that when kids came in, we could like do little shows and they could have a fun-ass time watching the marionettes. This is complex. I can't tell you how much my hand hurts trying to uphold this complexity for you, this little puppet show we're doing here. So this is our Native American gal. I named her something really cool too. I want to say it was like, gosh, running with swallows or running with quails, running with some kind of bird. Anyway, her moccasins are also extremely noteworthy. I mean, look at the detail. Look at the detail on those. And I don't know the origin story of where these were made, where they came from, but what I do remember, it's pretty awesome. Couple of cool stories about these marionettes. So let's see. There's one more guy. Oh, it's tough. My hand hurts. My hand really hurts. So then, the Native American man. Do not remember what I named him. And like his feathers are still pretty intact, which is really impressive. A lot of detail on his regalia as well. But a couple things I find pretty cool are that when I had these as a child, like this just goes to show you kind of how I was raised, because it's not like my parents taught me this concept of like, you know, Teal, just because two characters look the same or just because they were sold in the same packaging doesn't mean they necessarily have to be together. You know, they just taught me that energetically by trying to impart to me this wisdom that everyone was equal and everyone could come to the party. And just I've explained before the the energy at my mom's shop, that everyone was welcome, every religion, every feeling, you know, unless you were a dick, unless you were full of hate, or, you know, negativity, or unruliness, or judgment, or meanness, you know, which is a vibe you can definitely get from people. But pretty much it was let's all be loving in our own ways and just be that way. I keep trying to go here to, like, cover up the abhorrent mess that's reflected in my mirror. Sorry. Trying. There's some messy stuff going on. But, okay. So, basically, my parents just taught me love people. And so, when I would play with these marionettes, I remember I paired them up all very differently as to who romantically was involved with who. It was not necessarily, like, I didn't see, because I've always liked oppositeness. You know, I've always been attracted to people who are very different than myself, you know. If I had just hung out with only theatrical weirdos, I think I would get a little tired of myself. You know, that sort of, oh, yes, oh, yeah, we're all just the same. So, when I would pair these people up, I know that the cowboy was with, good old Billy Bug here was with the Mexican senorita. They were a couple. And then, oh geez, ow. And I was also obviously really into, like, drama and love triangles, because I do remember that the two Native Americans started off in a couple, but then the Native American met the trapper dude, trapper white man settler, and they kind of fell in love, and so it was sort of scandalous. And then the Native American dude was, you know, just really hurt. And then he ended up with the ballerina who was in a previous video, but she's not here now because I just didn't have enough hands or room. So he ended up with the ballerina, and then, you know, subsequently, you know, from Billy Bug, Betsy Sue, whatever her name is, the cow gal, ended up with the Mexican guy. Because, you know, like, the cowboy took her to a party with his lover here, and so she ended up meeting him. And he's like, oh, yes, that's exactly how it happened. I just like the way he's hanging in such a perfect way of covering his, ooh, it was supposed to be a surprise party. So, yeah, I just mixed and matched them. I was like, you know, let's branch out of our cultures here and have some fun together. So that was my pretendy time in the basement. And then, because thematically I talked about Maryland a lot, we'll do a little Oh, but the story with this shirt is my mom just reminded me of this story. It's pretty funny. She was building a cabin up in Cripple Creek with her then boyfriend, and they had to clean the whole area where they were building. And they just found trash, just loads and loads and loads of trash in this area. And they were going to the dump, and they found some, like, random bags full of stuff at the Cripple Creek dump. They were kind of going through it, and they're like, some of this looks kind of cool, some of it's really dirty. There's a bunch of clothes, and she took them to the dry cleaner, and the shirt that she had gone to the dry cleaner in had gotten very sweaty from them, like, hauling and working and loading. So she took this out from the bag of the dry cleaner and put it on, and her boyfriend was like, oh, I like that. And she was like, oh, you like this? And she's like, and her boyfriend was like, yeah. And then she realized that this whole part was completely ripped out, and her breast was hanging in the breeze. It was just right there, right, sight to be seen. But okay, and I'm trapped in the rather tight fashion. But yeah, I just, you know, wanted to get a little bit comfortable and evolve into the fashion here. So help me, I cannot, one wrist is bigger than the other. Apparently this is very awkward. How long does it take an actor to get a button undone? Apparently a very long time. Okay, this is madness. Oh, I'm free. Okay. So this was kind of the look. You know, I just love this shirt. I don't make many occasions to wear it, but normal is boring, completely boring. And I busted this shirt out of my very cluttered basement and thought very much about my No Such Thing as Normal poem and my many rants that I've gone on about how, why is everyone so frickin' horny for normalcy? Why do we want it so bad? It doesn't even make any sense. It didn't make sense before. Why do we have to be normal? What does that even mean? Can we please rewrite the script for once in our history? So, that's what I'm going with. Normal. It's boring. And I'm sticking to it. Sticking to my story. Okay? Never gonna change my mind on that. You're never gonna be like, oh no, this latest model of glossy gray vanilla oatmeal. Right? It's very sleek and it's very modern. It's very new. It's very normal. No, thank you. Pass. I shall pass. I do not want your normalcy. It's like, yeah, do I want to hang out with my friends again? Sure. But I've been talking in therapy for 5 years about how nobody, like, gets together and watches a movie or has a decent conversation. That hasn't been happening in a long time. So if we just skip over all the fun parts to go to normalcy, count me out, because, you know, it's not like the norm before this was fun. I found it extremely difficult to come by. So, I don't know. Really don't. Here's a fun thing, as I'm being all thematic and haven't shown you this, I don't think. Maybe I have. Who cares? Here it is again. This is me as Marilyn Monroe. I think I did a pretty darn tootin' good job, really. Yeah, I think I kind of crushed it. Hi, I'm Marilyn. Yup. Cut. Take 114. Because that's what we're on. Yeah, obviously just haven't prioritized my, I don't know, you see all these chicks on the internet, right? And everything's so curated, and I haven't had a haircut in almost 2.5 years. I just realized today. I was like, whoa, when was the last time I had a haircut? It's been a really long time. And sure, it looks a little scraggly, but I'm just not prioritizing that stuff. And I see people still out there spending hundreds of dollars on their hair every month and their nails and their thing, and I just don't get it. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Nothing is making any sense to me, but it's okay. I'm fine with it. Not really, but it's cool. We'll find a way to get along. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking around for other show and tell, but a lot of things require, like, really uncovering and pulling things off the wall. But this is a rather nice clutch, don't you think? I do. Fuck normalcy, but I would like an excuse to carry a clutch to something. Little glamour. Glammel. Not normal, but glammel. Let's go to that. Let's go to that party. I want that fun. Okay. Shoo. Oh, this is a funny show and tell. I do like this. Oh, there's my cool fidget spinner. See, when you do random show and tell, sometimes you find things you've been looking for a year. This is, my boyfriend bought me this at Powell's Book, the famous bookstore in Portland. And I love weird kinky stuff from the 70s. Just can't get enough. Or, I think this is 70. I don't know. It's either late 60s or 70s, but. Call her wanton. She was fair, she was frisky. She was oh such fun. Call her wanton. A lusty novel of wilderness passion and a wife too naughty to be true. Like, Lifetime has just gone all the way from, like, lusty and fun to just horrible, scandalous murders. We're wondering why things are so messed up. It's like, just look at Lifetime. It's not even cutesy anymore. It's horrible. Like, I screwed the pool boy and then we killed everyone. I'm screwing my teacher and then we killed all the students. Like, it's real wretched. I'd rather have this kind of thing. He was wanton. She was wanton. Hot-blooded young Andy did most everything right, including... Apparently my dog has to be with me. Young Andy did almost everything right, including making love to another man's wife. Body beautiful, Willia. But the law considered such goings-on wrong, even if Willie-la didn't. It made Andy pay for something he always thought wives just gave away. So when Louetta Huckabee slanted him a sinward look, Andy wanted no part of it and chased her right down the mountain with a club. Oh my God. This made him a problem to everybody, and it got pretty Jennifer, who liked to do a little chasing herself, downright mad at him. She decided she was a bad girl. She was as bad a girl as anybody. She'd teach Andy to remember what not to forget in the arms of a hillbilly. What not to forget in the arms of a hillbilly hussy. That is an extremely difficult sentence. Literally, she'd teach Andy to remember what not to get in the arms of a hillbilly hussy. That's, I guess that's beyond my backwoods ability. Oh, right. I had to tell another story about the marionettes. Okay, here we are. So, my mom used to bring this marionette collection to my school, or I shouldn't say used to. They only allowed her to do it once because they were a bunch of frickin' squares and conservatives, and it was terrible, and it ruined my education. But we would do Frontier Days, and of course, they would dress us all. We'd all dress up like, the boring white Anglo pioneer people that I guess most of us were. It upset me. It was like, even there was a lot of Latino people at my school, and even they made them they didn't make them, but it was like, here's your options of what you can wear, and it was all like the bonnet and the pioneer dress, and you're a settler, and you've got the coonskin cap, and you're all the same, and it's like, okay, I'm uncomfortable with this. And I knew better, I knew more. I had been spending a great deal of my childhood going to reservations, what have you, so I knew the real stories, I just was bothered by this narrative being preached to children. I thought it was very offensive. And my mom came, and they allowed her to come because, I told them she's this storyteller and she's studied all this. And so they thought, okay, well, this will be cutesy. It's marionettes. And so she did the thing with the marionettes, and she basically did a narrative of we're the Native Americans, and we got here first kind of things, and we've been here for 1,000 years, and, and then the Spanish conquistadors, well, we've been here for this many years, and then in comes these fools. Oh, well, we've been here for 500 years, or 400 years, or whatever, and we pretty much think we're the best, and we're just gonna take everything, no questions. I mean, she did it a little more subtly than that, but she basically told the real story of hey, here's a lineage of how humans came to be in this area, and how we just kind of took it from the people who it rightfully belonged to in a very violent fashion. And she just told the real history. And my super conservative teachers, I just saw their faces blanching. It was so awesome. And they were like, well, I'm like, oh, you understand the history in some different way? It was kind of just really, really annoying. And so I got a kick out of that. I had a lot of fun with that. It's kind of like that Addams Family Values. Is it Family Values? Is that the one where they go to the summer camp and, and they're like, the Native Americans just have the uprising and the Pilgrims, and they're like, fuck no, this is how it happened, and you stole our land. It's so good. And now people would still be upset because Wednesday was a Native American, but I'm like, no, but she told the story right, so go Wednesday, which I realized I'm also rocking. Willie Nelson, Wednesday Addams. Perfect combo. Pretty much exactly what I'm going for. So, without further ado, a few short poems. Day 114. Really get a kick out of pulling out those marionettes. I do have to show you really quick, though. Betty Sue's amazing red boots. Because, come on, people. Come on. Come on. Come on. So, I enjoyed that very much. So, let's get into it. I'll tell you some things that were in my head many years ago. Many more years than I would even like to admit. And don't you just love the Kit Kat going? He hasn't been going. He hasn't been looking side to side and nigh on 9 or 10 years. I got him rocking for you. So a couple thematic things that repeat in these. And this is young me. Please do forgive. So this one is called What a Kiss Should Be. In black and white, lips look more red. Rita Hayworth or Marilyn Monroe, Clark Gable or Humphrey Bogart. They knew how to light up the screen. There's always that line right before the embrace, the lean in, the lighting on the anticipating face. Hands are held, moments are savored, the camera zoom seems forgettable because there is a fog on the lens, and the kiss is inevitable. She loves him, he loves her. Of course the moon and stars are shining bright. Of course no one is in sight, or it's raining and he has to hold her to keep her warm. Of course it's perfect. Magic. Flames. Of course it's completely scripted and out of reality entirely, which is, sadly, a bit more tame. That's just me longing. Longing, longing, longing. Did I already do this one? I don't know. Here's one part of the time conundrum, the constant time conundrum. And I was always really mad at, like, age and people not respecting me for my age. That always bothered me. Or not, like, listening to my ideas, really. Age loves time. I hate them both. Can you tell me why the sun does rise, or if people truly live before they die? Can you please explain love or fire? Well, neither can time, for he is a liar. He rapes the days and flaunts his power, executing the world from a high, unseen tower. I loathe his face, mountain on every wall. He forces me to walk down a never-ending hall. Do you have an answer for my dreams? Do my eyes not see the moon's bright beams? Could you figure why I crave that kiss? Or why sleeping is always the one thing I don't miss? You see, age can't either. She's time's tramp. She sucks on my days like a spiteful vamp. She lacks all logic. I hate her foul play. Each day I'm dying while she's laughing away. Whoo, the existential dread of this 14-year-old girl. It is intense. It's really intense. Oh, the little me that I was, just feeling, I just wish I felt more of the buzz and less of the, like, I really do. I wish I could go back and tell her, like, dude, it's gonna get a lot more painful. Let me just fill you in real quick. You really need to go skip. Like, get that skip it out. Just skip it. Skip it. Just fuck it and skip it. It's fine. You're fine. Ooh. Okay, so here's another one. The naked future. Walking around my house naked is not the same as self-discovery, so I should abandon that notion along with the idea that I am finding anything from day to day. Nothing is what we perceive it to be, and that perception is our creation. It was sculpted, just like all the rules that we use to make our lives like marionettes. A rule is a calculation utilized to have a death grip on the past, present, and future. But the future has no time for us. It is too busy changing the face of society and the world. Why romanticize it when it is only good enough for a one-night stand? The future is a masturbation of the past. We take someday and make it our security blanket. So now this naked mutation with its unproportionate curves considers the realization that it is only good enough for poetry and perhaps for living the lives of others on a stage. So that's me I'm talking about. Naked mutation with its unproportionate curves. Dang, girl. You're good, though. You're fine. Stop it. I just hate that. I hate that I spent so much time being like, ugly, I'm ugly, poor ugly me, ugly, bleh, bleh. So much time, girlfriend. But that is pretty deep shit. That's pretty, I mean, whoa, the future is a masturbation of the past? Dang, dude, I'm like 15 here. I can't even drive. I can't even drive. But yeah. And, like, I like the whole thing about shit just being invented, like Hallmark holidays. Nothing is what we perceive it to be, and that perception is our creation. It was sculpted, just like all of the rules that we use to make our lives like marionettes. What do you think about that, Betty Sue? Oh, yeah, we do. We sculpt all the rules. We just make it up. I say, run with the bulls. Live crazy. Put on your tightest jeans. You know what I mean? Just have a party. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty tight. So, there you go. There's a few of those, and then here's a few more. Yay! Day 114. Day 114. Okay. Now, this is one that I don't remember if I read it to you or not. I think I have a bite on my cheek or something. My cheek really itches. What's going on there? Yeah, I don't remember if I read this to you or not, but if I did, here it comes again. 2.0. Not sure, but I don't think so. You've kept the same water at your bedside too long. Listened to that same dusty song incessantly. Lyrics turn to long-gone days, and you sit staring at indecisive shadows whose game it is to trick you out of your moments. You always let the marionettes win. Just string and wood, you let it happen to you. Could you lose yourself in the leopard prints and subtle hints for love? I don't trust your poker face. I'm breaking up the little pieces of chalk after school in hopes you'd notice the angry schoolgirl in me. But you were the boy long gone before the bell was. You'd bump past me if we ever shared a noisy hallway. This glass shoe's been missing for ages, but you never came looking for my foot. You never slid the answer down my toes. So I just walk around barefoot now, stepping in all the old gum, and come home to watch the Kit Kat clock drive on until his vision blurs from so much glancing side to side. I never danced with you, I realize. I won't cry. Instead, I chip away at fading pink glittered nail polish and grind my two back teeth vengefully, glancing off at old pictures of a girl I don't recognize as me. It's one of those nights I listen for the mothership. Wait for the answers to scream through the sky. The newly paved streets seep silence through my circus curtains. No extraterrestrial humming light. I reach for my weak old water. I found some pieces of myself, but I didn't know where to put them. If only you spoke as you do in my dreams. The poison skies, purple and perpetual, sucking us all up in a chaotic honking storm. I feel you. You're right. It is hell. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't remember. It's one of those where I'm like, have I just read this a lot to myself, and so that's why I'm thinking I read it to you, or did I read it to you, or are we in a time loop, or is this even real? Is this thing on? I don't know. But I don't think I did. But I do like that one. I think it's good. And even if I have read it before, so what? At least I'm pointing out that I somehow had a thematic through line or thematic connection about the Kit Kat clock. Tick, tick. And the marionettes. Flick, flick. And Marilyn Monroe. Oh no. It's okay, buddy. When our smoke alarm test goes off, like the beep, he fucking loses his mind. It's all good, buddy. No, it's a good boy. No, he's gonna freak out now. Dang it. Buddy, it's good. It's good. It's a good boy. It's a good boy. It's a good boy. This little fur baby is just about as sensitive as I am, I swear. But, yeah, I like that little poetic winding. You sit staring at indecisive shadows whose game it is to trick you out of your moments. You always let the marionettes win, just string and wood. You let it happen to you. So see, they're made out of wood, but like, would you let it happen to you? Gosh dang it. Okay, hold on a second, friends. Hold on. My dog is literally gonna make chaos here. Okay, hold on, people. Hold on. We are avoiding a very chaotic situation. Oh my god. Can you take the batteries out of the smoke alarm? What's going on? Fuck. Ugh. Okay, sorry guys. Technical difficulties. You get to see what it looks like when my dog has terrible anxiety. Oh, man. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is awful. Okay, I have one more poem for you, and my phone's saying the storage low. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do one more, and we're gonna be okay. And it's okay. Oh, I don't even know if I can find the one I was gonna do. This is awful. Okay. Hey. Why can't I even find it? Okay, this is just too hard. This is too hard. I was gonna do another one. The thing is continuing to beep. My thing is saying it has low storage. Lest this erase this whole video, we're gonna end it here. The poor baby is having the worst anxiety, and he's gonna continue freaking out. And so this is a very, very dramatic way to sign out, but we're gonna leave it here. Happy day 114. Love you.